Come on, lads.
All right,
Oh,
we're back
do we have a
into it.
team name that isn't Red Sashes?
Say again?
Like do we have a team name for the three of us? Like the Ghost Keys.
Yeah.
Or
Um, Cleaver Boys.
Bandies lads. Echo cancellation. I'm trying to think of some fun ones, but I'm not very good at it, clearly. Yeah, Cleaver lads are good for that. Bandies butchers, I like.
Bandy's Butchers. Um. Okay. LBs. Just gonna make a couple clocks here for the fighting. So they spent armor.
The RuneScapes versus the Pounds.
Let me make sure. I think a 4 clock part clock is right for these dudes.
I'm back.
Yep, that's right. Welcome back. So they've taken 1 hit. Lampblacks use their armor. Okay. Well, back to the front. So you turn around and show your documents to the guy.
All right.
I think that's good for just moving straight into a roll there. I want to see what his disposition is toward you.
Okay.
What are you rolling there?
I'm gonna be rolling consort because this is probably in the background. This is an actual wine shipment, probably from some terrified person who we took it from on Salamander Row or something.
Oh,
Per day.
so you want this to be a legitimate shipment that's supposed to be coming in?
Not necessarily.
Oh,
It's an actual wine cart
yeah.
and all that from someone on Salamander Row. Probably. I don't know where else we get it.
Sure.
Um,
Well,
and actually, no. I would like to do maybe flashback or
Yeah,
something.
flashback.
I studied the when exactly shipments should be coming in, and where they're coming from, and I'd like to say conveniently, wherever it's coming from has to go past the wherever the fucking battlefield is, so they're probably not going to be coming in on time, and we shut up instead.
Yeah.
Maybe I did the actual snatch and grab or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe
because
just
you could
blackjack him off.
you could definitely do because that could increase your effect, right?
Mhm.
So for that flashback, we'll just say one. We'll just say 1 stress for that flashback.
Okay.
And the study, it's controlled. It's controlled. We'll say controlled. It's good.
Okay.
Effect level is, I don't know, standard. It's not super important.
All right. 2 dice. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah. So you've got it. This is a legitimate enough seeming shipment, right? It's not crazy that this shipment would be showing up and that maybe he wouldn't have the correct documents for it, but it's temporary.
All right.
It's not going to hold up, right? People are going to be able to trace it back, especially like this document you're showing. He's going to keep it, and he's going to say, I don't have this in my records. I need to keep it for, stock purposes and stuff. So they're going to have something to follow up on, right?
I mean, it's hard to follow up on stuff when everything's burnt to a crisp. Justin, okay.
You're right, but everything still stands at this point.
Yep.
And the bells will be ringing soon, so that's a thing. Yeah, so you can roll your consort, and You've got increased effect. You're controlled. You would be standard, but for that flashback, we're going to put you at great.
Okay.
And barring a failure, the consequence will be pretty light, I think. Yeah, it's going to lighten the consequence quite a bit.
Okay, so risky.
No, you're controlled.
Oh, sorry. Whoops. What did we do the thing then? Controlled. Effect is going to be great or standard?
Great.
Great, cool. Bonus dice. Echo, what are you doing in the meantime? While I'm kind of handing the document stuff.
I'm probably doing like I'm like the you handle documents like I'm like in the coach like making like double checking the rigging like and like preparing to like unload everything, right? I'm doing that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool. Are you throwing in a helper die?
Sure, why not? It's one stress.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And a devil's bargain. I'm not gonna be too harsh. I'll just charge you a coin to dig up this information. Do you guys have any?
Yeah.
You could use it.
Okay.
You could use it from the gang vault.
Yep. I think that's a fair price.
All right.
One die.
Cool.
So we have like 4 die. Okay. Crit.
It's only
Wait, no,
3.
wait. We're supposed to be 4, weren't we? Did you have like?
I roll one more.
So he had help. He has devil's bargain and well, he had help and a devil's bargain. Where's the third one coming from?
Yeah, good. Yes, too fair.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Never mind. I thought I had 2 to go for a second. Never mind. No.
I figured you had 2 as well. I don't know why.
Okay. So, yeah, like I said, the consequence is going to be pretty light. He takes the thing. He says, "Let me see this here," and he's looking it over, and he says, "They never send these things to me on time." Yeah, and he's like, "I'm going to have to keep this." He says, "We'll get you a receipt or something." And then as he's sitting there, like, thinking over what he's about to do to get things moved off the cart, a door kicks in from behind him. You can see, like, so I said there's big wooden doors where this, like, warehouse thing is. Or storeroom. It's not a warehouse, it's a storeroom. And there's a few guys in there, like, lounging around, smoking, having a drink or something. And a door kicks in from the back. And a guy is just, like, screaming, right? Like, "Red sashes! Red sashes!" And he like turns around and he's looking confused and he's all, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he charges up to this guy and he just like sputters out, everybody's attacking, people are dying, there's a fucking madman back there with a cleaver, all this stuff. And he says, he kind of starts barking orders at everybody, right? And he's like, he points at 2 guys. He says, he points at you guys in the cart. He says, "You stay there. Don't go anywhere. Clickers, clackers, you guys watch them." And he runs out
Clickers and clackers?
Yeah, he runs out the door with everybody else. And these 2 guys are like, "What the hell?" Like they seem, well, one of them seems distraught that he doesn't get to go shoot people. And he's sort of thin, and has really like angular features. And he looks like malnourished, quite frankly, right? Like you're sure that you could see his rib cages if he wasn't wearing his shirt. And he's got like a little knife on his belt. And he says, "The hell is all this?"
I like this guy's accent.
Yeah, and he points over and he says, "Come on, help! Let's get this shit loaded off." He says, "We're gonna load all this, and you 2 are gonna sit quiet." And another guy comes out. He looks exactly the same, right? He looks like they're twins. and he's also like super thin, but this guy's hair is a little bit sort of messy, and he looks sort of like more pale and sweaty. I guess he looks sort of nervous, right? And he says, "Okay, I don't know. Okay." And what do you guys do? How are you going to get that bomb in there?
Yeah, I think maybe we can convince these guys to go also fight in the thing, and we just scoot it on in there.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
I think I'll do or wait, hang on. Do I have any? Yeah, I think I can do this. Do you have any sway?
I do have a bit of sway as well, but go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, so I think while they're helping us do the watching over the wagon or whatever, I'm probably go to them. I'm just like, So what's going on? What's happening?
Don't forget about assisting too. Might be good.
He says, "How do you think? Red Sashes are attacking. You guys need to get up out of there and get inside. Before you know it, somebody's going to come leaping over that fence and stab you in the face."
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And then he's gonna take us inside.
Yeah, he's gonna get you out of the cart and be like, "Come inside. I've got to keep an eye on you," type thing.
Yeah, I think I'll go with him for a second. I'm like, huh. Yeah. Yeah. Once we're inside, I'm like, that kind of thing seems like they can get seems like they need every hand they can get. Why aren't you guys out there?
Yeah, and he says, "I don't know, boss. He said to stay."
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. He says, yeah, I kind of just do the thing where I just wave my hand. I'm like, man, if that were me, I'd be out there no matter what he said. Maybe knock a few heads. Maybe get a big old promotion. You know.
Okay. So you want to try and talk this guy into going out there?
Yeah.
Tell him he's not a man.
He's not a man. Well, you're still in controlled position. You're gonna have limited effect, because you're just some guy, right? Countermanding the orders of his boss.
Yeah.
So it'll take. You might be able to get one of them to step away.
I can give you an assist, and then you can push for effect if you like. But that's gonna be pretty stress heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, I only have one die in sway, so.
Yeah.
You got a half chance. It's not great, but it's still decent.
If you give me an assist, then you'll have 2D. So, not bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll take the. Yeah, if you give me the assist, I'll take that.
Sure. The way I'm assisting is just basically as these two are talking, like, if you got red sashes, I've heard of them. It's dangerous people. Oh God, we're probably gonna die.
Is that gonna have the opposite effect?
I want to save this.
You're like shy gun out there.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to try and push for effect, that would get you into a better position to getting them to go. And the other guy, Clacker, is the one who looks sort of nervous, and he's like, I don't know, I don't think it's a good idea, leaving the front unguarded. So if you want to push for effect somehow, you can also roll it up, right? So you're in controlled limited. If you want to do something riskier, right, you can move it to risky standard or even desperate great. The devil's bargain I would offer you right now is that you might be able to get them split up for an extra dice, but Clackers starts digging through the cart. Right? That's the devil's bargain. He might find the bomb.
So is the cart
My
outside
plan's just to
still?
fucking
or
knock
is
this
it...
guy out anyway.
Yeah, the cart's still outside, right? There's like a loading dock sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once it's a loading dock, it might be okay, but ideally we want to get it inside the treasury. And then just replace the cart with the bomb with the gold and then leave.
Yeah, it's up to you. You got a few options. Echo.
So what would standard effect entail? Would they just both just fuck off?
Standard would be getting what you want, right? Standard would be that they'll both go for at least a while, right? They might be coming back. They might just be like taking a look around and coming back to check on you, or they'll send somebody else to look in on you. Great effect would be like, tally ho, they go charging off. Yeah. Are you going to try and do something riskier?
Yeah, I think maybe I don't know. Well, maybe I don't know. What do you think? Do we risky standard or controlled limited?
Risky standard, lad. Reckless.
I mean, almost. I would vote for controlled standard, and then we can take the other two out.
You mean controlled limited?
Yeah, exactly. I'll say that one. Yeah.
All right.
You can also still push yourself for effect, for 2 stress instead of the devil's bargain.
I want to keep some stress open in case I need to use my thing.
What was the devil's bargain?
That
Oh, it was just like
if they split up, well, whatever the result is, the other guy's staying here and he's starting to like dig through the cart and start.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Loading things off.
I think maybe we do that because then we should fucking knock him out and get inside.
Sure.
Well, yeah. So I think I'll take that bargain. We'll do so swing. So controlled limited. Bonus dice. 1 from devil's bargain and submit. 5.
Hey, you bad.
You took the bargain. You should have one more die actually, because I assisted.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh right. Oh.
If I didn't.
Roll one more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you take the bargain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit.
There you go. So
There you go, lad.
yeah, he says, all right, well, stay here then, you coward. You all sit tight. I'm gonna go check things out. And he goes out that door, drawing a pistol. Shh. Yeah, and so he goes stomping out, and he shuts the door behind him, moving through, the house out toward the back area. And the Clackers is pulling things off the thing like wine bottles and setting the bump on the loading dock. And he's just like shaking his head and mumbling to himself. And he gets to like a tarp or whatever you have draped over the actual bomb itself. And he says, "The hell is this? Some kind of keg?" And he's starting to like futz with the tarp to try and pull it off. What do you guys do?
Oh, I think it was.
So there's Yep. That's the plan.
Prowl that bitch, Echo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I come over to him. I said, "Oh, why don't you let me help you with that?" And like he's like leaning down towards it, right? And he's probably like yeah, he's like leaning down towards it. It's probably like a thing like over tarp in a crate. And he tries like the crate open and he's leaning his head into it. And I just fucking slam the crate onto his head.
Okay. What action are you making there?
I think that's either prowl or hunt, whichever one.
Prowl is ambushing, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe prowl.
Okay. So we're still controlled. And well, we're controlled standard. You've got a good chance of knocking this dude out. I have, let's see, my devil's bargain is I don't really have a devil's bargain right now.
I mean, the third guy in the room, right? The other twin, still there, right?
Yeah.
No.
And
Or
the
wait,
obvious bargain for me is that he hears something, and then whatever happens, and comes over to investigate.
Well, I don't want to negate the roll we just made.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I do have a devil's bargain, actually. The bells are ringing.
Aren't they already ringing? Or?
Not yet.
Well,
They
not
don't,
yet.
Yeah, they don't start ringing right away. But soon enough after somebody dies, they start ringing. But that's what's happening right now. The bells start to ring.
I don't know. What do you think of the bell? Should we do the bells or should we? What do you think I should just roll?
You can also...
I think that's a fair bargain right now, since I'm not sure if they can immediately. I mean, we won't be knocking him out, but yeah, I don't think they'll immediately pin it on us per se.
Yeah.
Or with the fight going on outside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's a good one. What's that one? Okay. Yeah, I'll take that one. Submit. Boom!
Nice.
Wow.
So
Wow.
so he's leaned in and you come over, right? Let me help you with that. And you just like wham the lid on his head. And you just hear this like, oh! And he goes limp.
It was worth it just to hear that noise.
And he goes limp. Yeah, and you guys are by yourself now. The bells are chiming. And maybe off in the distance, Bandy, you can see some crows like light up into the sky and they're flying toward.
Oh, this meant like the gang.
Yeah, no. You can see the crows flying toward your direction, basically.
I just kind of hear the
I probably
bang.
just
Like,
leave this guy. Like I kind of just push him off the cart and
Oh, yeah.
like leave him next to like a box.
Ah, put him in the cart. Just kill him along with the bomb.
Well, no,
Yeah.
if we steal the treasury, we're gonna load that onto the cart, then get the fuck out of here, and leave the
Yeah,
bomb in this place.
Yeah. I mean, you can
Yeah,
toss
so-
this guy and start doing your work.
yeah, so I'll get the bomb out and start putting it in. Put the bomb in the base.
Yeah.
All right.
And like, do we know where so I think we're just carrying it through. Like, we're probably like a warehouse area, right?
Yeah, it's like a big storeroom. Yeah, there's all kinds of boxes and crap in here.
Now, if I was a vault,
Well, okay. So there's two things that we're going to need to worry about. We're going to need to set the bomb, right? Arm it to explode.
Mhm.
And then we do need to find the vault itself. You can do flashbacks. You can start moving through the house or whatever. Start doing searches. it would probably be better to do as a flashback that you have an idea where the vault is.
Yeah.
I remember our study roll at the very beginning gave us an idea that the vault was here, but we don't know exactly where it is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Flashback costs 1 stress, right?
Depending on the thing.
Depends on the flashback. It's 0 to 3.
I'd never seen a 3 before.
Yeah.
What 2 was the most? I think that was the old book.
Is that what we want to do first? Is find the vault?
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe I have a flashback like where I maybe I do it where I fucking like where I like I hunted down some some Lampblack guy who works here, like who's one of the dudes here and knows the layout, and I hunted him down and interrogated him for where the thing is.
Okay.
So you basically just interrogated some guy.
I mean, that sounds more like an interrogation than it does hunting the guy down. Like, you'd spend the stress to have found the guy, and then we would roll to see how your interrogation went.
Okay. That's probably, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's not best that I do that, because I have nothing for that.
What about you, Bandy? Could you flashback or do anything like a study or I don't know? Could you consult with anyone?
Well,
I could consort. Yeah, I'm just thinking about trying to use my 2 best skills, which are study and attune.
Attune fucking works.
Yeah, attune would work, but it could also go horribly wrong.
Oh yeah, but
it never
went
goes horribly
way
wrong.
far late earlier, so we don't have to worry about it anymore.
I'm already haunted. Just actually don't bring ghosts into this because that's going to exploit my hauntedness. I know it. The last time you tuned, I became haunted. This time it's just going to kill me.
All right. Yep. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is, if we could do like a twin flashback here, if maybe no, I've got an idea. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go incognito, or maybe better, find someone else. I'm going to give them like some coins or something and tell them to go to Charwillow Brothel. Little did I know, these coins I've actually somehow attuned to make them visible in the ghost field.
Ooh. So you like radioactive bills. I'm liking it.
Yeah, and then once they're taken to the vault, because they're spent in Charwillow, this guy will hopefully take them to the vault. I can then just basically sidle up some time and then use my ghost vision
really
to see exactly where the vault is, where my money is.
Fucking great. I know exactly how we're gonna open the vault. By the way, when we do that.
Yeah, that's a wild ass flashback.
I know exactly what you're going to do as well, Echo.
Yeah. So flashbacks can go up to 3 stress, which is for like the craziest of crazy. This isn't the craziest of crazy, but it does involve ghosts and getting coins in the right hand.
Yeah.
So we're going to say 2 stress for that one.
I am entirely fine with that. I'm doing it just because that came to my mind and it's cool.
Yeah, but it is a pretty good one. So we're just going to say you did that for the 2 stress, and now we can do a roll. It sounds like you're going for a tune.
Mm-hmm.
Are you using any special gear or anything to find this thing?
Yeah. I'm going to put on my spirit mask. Probably got some like fancy lenses.
Sweet.
Underneath the thing, so.
And release the demon. You're going to release that demon, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why wouldn't you release the demon?
Yeah, come on, Justin. What are we, amateurs here?
Cool. So
Come help me out already. Jeez.
So you put on your spirit mask, and you attune to the ghost field to locate these coins. I don't know. Do we get some like Batman Predator vision or something? What does it look like when you're locating these coins?
and I don't know about you guys, but I always imagine the ghost field as kind of this pencil drawn aesthetic. Whereas it's kind of the different shading, it's all black and white. And most things are just kind of see-through, just like paper almost on the walls. And I kind of put on the spirit mask, things kind of shift as this lens kind of clicks through. And through one eye of the camera, we see the normal world. Through the other eye, we see kind of the ghost field. And the camera sways towards the house. And through these like white lines and geometric almost drawing, we see that there is this kind of black shape shifting between like a triangle, a hex, different geometric shapes. And that is kind of the coin that I planted.
Okay.
And this roll will kind of see how well I can find out where exactly that is in the real world.
So
So
the ghost field for Bandy is the Take On Me video from Awe.
almost, yeah.
I was thinking that too. That's really weird.
Blue coats show up with a pipe wrench. It's gonna be great. No, that's good. That's good. So that's in the tune. Yeah, and you're like seeing through the walls and the echo of the city. And you guys are still controlled over here. And with your spirit mask, I think you have great effect. Yeah.
Okay.
But the Devil's Bargain. The Devil's Bargain I have. Well, I'm tempted to say a coin, but no. Heat. I want heat. I want one heat.
Like someone talked.
Well, let's say I have a clock right now called Blue Coats on Your Tail. And they're investigating people.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
And
And
well, I
they're
guess the attuning probably isn't going to help out with the spirit wardens either, is it?
yeah, let's say I have a clock that follows up after Blue Coats on Your Tail called Spirit Wardens Get Involved. But
I'm ready.
so they're keeping an eye out for this kind of thing, right? They have, ghost field investigators because somebody called a shit ton of ghosts all of a sudden in some place the other night. And there was a whole fucking snafu that went down. And they're keeping an eye out for people messing with the ghost field. And so this is heat for that. Like those coins getting passed around. It's leaving some kind of ripple in the ghost field that doesn't just show up to you, right? Shows up to anybody else who could possibly investigate it in the ghost field. That's the Devil's Bargain.
I think I'll accept that bargain.
Cool. So that's an extra dice for you.
All right. Here we go. Pop.
Okay. So we're going to go to risky. No doubt we're going to go to risky. Let me look at exactly what I need to do there. You hesitate, withdraw and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. A minor complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you suffer lesser harm, or you end up in a risky position. Yeah, you've got to move quickly. You've got to speed things up. You guys have been able to take your time up to now. But as the crows are getting closer, right now they've crossed the canal, into Crow's Foot, and you not only hear the bells off in the distance, now you can hear the whistles of the Bluecoats. They are far off too, but they are coming. And you know the way, right? You can make your way through this brothel to the office or wherever they're keeping the vault. But the Bluecoats are on their way too. And you need to get out of here before they're here.
Okay. Fair enough.
Cool. So we're in a risky position. You definitely know where it is.
All right. I think you say, Echo, arm the bomb. I'll get to the vault.
Then you swap round.
Oh well, unless the plan was that we race that scene. The plan was that we first get the treasure and then arm the bomb. But with the police on our tail, I want the bomb armed. To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. Yeah. So we know where the vault is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what he's saying is that you stay here and get the bomb armed and ready, and he's going to go get the treasury.
Okay, cool.
And come back.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
way around.
reverse that. Yeah, maybe we should reverse that.
If you know what it is, I mean, finding it would be Bandy, but opening it, it's definitely Echo.
Yeah.
And probably, since that was a flashback, I probably got like a map or something, or just said like, okay,
Or
I
set
know
instructions at
approximately
least.
where it is. Yeah.
Hello,
Sure.
handkerchief.
If you have, well, you had, didn't you have some kind of other documents?
Yeah, you marked documents, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess that would be under documents as well. So,
Well, you pulled documents out for the for getting into the place. Oh, the other document was the Baszo thing, the letter. Well, if Echo, you want to do, if either of you wants to do some kind of flashback where we've like studied the layout of the place so that you could just tell him a room, right? Either one of you can do that. I think that's a one stress.
Okay. Yeah, I'd do that flashback as well. So, I guess roll a study for that, just to figure out exactly the floor plan and everything.
No, it's just going to let him do it at all, right?
Right.
It's
Cool.
just the rooms,
Free
right?
of
You don't need to.
charge.
It's just knowing the room layout, sort of, and you can be like, it's in Pickett's office under his desk, basically. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so
I mean, when we said vault, I pictured like a big room.
Yeah. So that would have helped, but this is... Well, I guess you could reach your hand through and just like... I guess that wouldn't work.
yeah, no, I mean, it's a vault, but you don't need a Scrooge McDuck style vault to hide quite a lot of money. So
maybe it looks like a walk-in closet I pictured. But
okay, so Echo, you want to get up to the office.
Yeah.
How are you doing that?
So just a quick question. So I couldn't. Could someone open a safe from the inside? The safes usually open from the inside.
I don't know much about safes.
That depends on the safe.
I'd say if it was like a big one, there'd be something on the inside to stop someone being locked inside.
Yeah.
But a small one, there's not much chance of like, unless a baby gets trapped in there, but
Right.
right. Open a safe.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's like a floor safe, doesn't.
If you put your hand through, you might be able to like jiggle it and like.
No, I can just break out some fine lockpicks. So.
Yeah.
So I think my plan B is I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use the ghost veil, and I'm just gonna fucking we know where the office is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just gonna ghost up to it. You can always just take the safe, just like pick it up and.
Yeah,
I mean,
an option.
It's not that
it's
interesting.
probably like built into the floor.
Well, yeah. So what I'm picturing is, as the vault, is, I mean, I said under his desk, but it's in his, it's disguised to look like a dresser, right? And you open the wooden doors of this big wood wardrobe, right? And it's just a big safe, right? That's the size of a person, basically. And that's where the money is. The other part of the treasury is in this, like, storehouse, in this storeroom, right? It's all their, like, drugs.
Shit, we can take both.
So, I mean, you've already got that. That's part of their treasury, is, like, offloading all their drugs. But the hard currency is in that vault. And you can whip that open, and, yeah, there's going to be bags and bags in there of stuff. And, paper slips and all that kind of thing. And just whipping all that out. But it's kind of, both of those things. But you want to slip into the ghost field. And
Yeah, I think so.
becoming shadowy and insubstantial for a few moments. So you take 2 stress when you shift. Plus 1 stress for each extra feature. So which features do you want to go for?
So where's this office compared to us? Is it like on the second floor, or is it like?
So the brothel itself is sort of built like an old manor, and there are like 3 floors to the thing. There's sort of a ground floor, and I think it was always sort of like a hotel or something. There's like a ground floor with lobby and room for people to sit. They used to be like dining rooms or meeting rooms or just sitting areas. Now it's been converted into like a sort of opium den down there, where people can just come in and get blitzed on whatever. And then the upper rooms, like the second floor, that's where most of the brothel rooms are. And then in the top floor, that's where the main offices are. And you are looking at the top floor. There's a room with this big window. It's a big room. And it's sort of like the top floor is sort of like a penthouse. A couple of penthouses. But they've been turned into the main offices for Pickett and his lieutenants.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And Piggy's probably definitely gonna be up there because they're gonna be fucking commanding dudes. So
Maybe.
hopefully, but yeah. So yeah, I think I wanna be let's see, 2. Yeah. Okay. I know, I'm probably just gonna mark 4 stress to just get like a fucking super one. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to be able to float through the air. I want to be able to, and I want to be invisible.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think you see me like put on my mask, and I just kind of like, I kind of start to become like blurry and blurry and like weird, like you're like looking at me through like a tank, like through like water. And then I just kind of fade out of view. Yeah, I want to float up through the ceiling and through the other ceiling and get into like those get into the office.
Okay. Yeah, so you just sort of like float up through the floor. And you're gonna appear in Pickett's office.
Yeah.
I think he... Man, is he in there? Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to let the dice decide. So let's have you roll an action. Seems like a prowl, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, Echo. If you... Not Echo, you have a name, Joey.
Yeah.
If you use that ghost field thing and you just re-materialize with your hand through someone's like heart or something, it just,
I gotta do that at some point. That's fucking sick.
Does it like destroy them?
Do the old Martian Manhunter. Okay. Yeah, let's have you roll prowl. Devil's Bargain's pretty easy here. Yes, he's in there, and you'll have to deal with him. Otherwise, you can not take my Devil's Bargain, and we can let the dice decide if he's in there. I mean, if there's a complication, he's probably just going to be in there.
And it's what's the position?
Risky standard, right? So if there's a complication, then maybe he's not in the room right now, but you can hear him, and you're under a time crunch, right? To get that safe open and be gone before he gets back.
Cool. It's risky. Standard. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll.
All right.
Boom.
Okay. So no complication. You don't see him anywhere.
Nice.
You float up through the floor, and when you rematerialize, right? It's just a few moments, but you're moving quick enough that you're right as you're in the room. You're there, and there's nobody in this room right now.
Sweet. Yeah.
You definitely hear, like, now that you're in the quiet, you can hear the bells and the crows and the whistles, and you hear the gunshots out back and the screaming. And you definitely see that wardrobe that Bandy was talking about.
Sweet. Yeah. So I want to go over, pop it open. I'm gonna break out my fine lockpicks. I'm gonna get to work.
So you whip it open, and there's the vault, and you start going at it with lockpicks. And Bandy's down there, and he's got the big box slid into the room, and you're starting to, like, get this bomb ready to be armed.
Yep.
And Bingo out back, charging in with his cleaver, trying to slash dudes away from Mercy. Cool. We're gonna take a break and have the three of you roll each of your actions and see what happens.
Ugh. Whoever bomb man, don't crit fail.
I'll try not to.
Okay, cool. So let's take 5 and we'll be right back.